and they're working on something and their pencil breaks and you're like, and then all of a sudden the music crushes in and you come in with a pencil or a pen. You know, like saving the day, kind of like when, you know, somebody was getting tag teamed and then all of a sudden the person runs into the ring to help them out.
Yeah, right at the 2 count.
Yeah, exactly.
Wouldn't it be amazing if you had theme music for every part of your life? No matter, and you could cue it in, cue it out anytime you want. Intro, outro. You're out at the bar, right before you're about to order a drink.
I think it's one of the reasons we love movies.
Ryan Coke. Neat.
Exactly. This is amazing. That'd be fantastic.
That'd be unreal.
That's big news. So, episode 37.
The 37.
Get yourself a theme song.
Look, if you take the number 3, you add it to 7, you get 10.
Right.
Which is exactly how we operate. 10 out of 10. This podcast, we did it.
You're always on top of your game. Always. That's what I love about you.
I got theme music.
You got theme.
That's why.
Well, happy belated Father's Day to you.
Well, thank
and
you
to all
very
the
much.
fathers that listen on
daddies.
RLRT.
Yeah.
Huge. How was it? How was the weekend?
Yeah, it was actually it was really good. Didn't really do much. Got to relax this weekend, which was which was great. But yeah, Father's Day. You know, nothing special, Mitch. I got to be honest with you. I mean, Calliope, she just turned 1 on the 1st,
right.
And I didn't really want much. I got to be honest with you.
Well, I don't think she has a lot of money to buy you anything.
Well, she's not part of the labor force yet,
right,
and that's something we're working on.
I'd
because
hope so.
she is 1.
I say you get them started early, bud.
Well, just simple tasks.
You know, in the Industrial Revolution, kids were working at 5 in the iron schmelts,
and they were happy to do it.
Absolutely, they were happy.
Happy to
contribute. So, like me, I'm not a father
that you know of.
I am not. That
me
I
and
know
you
of.
might have 20-year-olds in the Greek islands.
You know, in all honesty. But let me ask you, as a father, I spoke to a couple of my buddies and cousins and family members this weekend. Why is it that all the fathers, when I ask them, like, what did you get for a present? They're all like, oh, I went golfing, but alone. Why is it that you guys all want to be alone on Father's Day? I thought the joy of Father's Day is because you have children. I thought, don't you want to spend it with the children?
They should just admit they're just not happy. Like you have, maybe you're not the father. Father's Day. Maybe they went through a Maury moment.
Yeah. Oh, really? I don't know. It just seemed like literally, like I talked to 10 people, and I swear to you, I think 8 out of 10, if not 10 out of 10, went golfing this weekend.
Dad, I got you a gift. That's great. As long as you give it to me before my 7:15 tea time.
Right. Thanks. What's your name again? That's amazing. So from one celebration to another, we walked right in here.
Oh, we walked right in.
Confetti, balloons.
Naked women. We may have made up 3 out of 3 of these things.
Yep, 100%.
No, there's a big news going on.
What happened today? What did we walk into?
We got Caleb and Derrick.
Yeah.
Who, and everyone's been listening because they've been a part of this show for the last 14 weeks, graduated from the prestigious Alberta Academy of Recording under the tutelage of our very own Jeff here at Alchemy Studios. They graduated today.
Congratulations, gentlemen. We walked in, and it was a huge celebration. They were getting videotaped.
Absolutely.
I saw plaques everywhere.
Yeah, there was a Czechoslovakian producer.
Yeah.
There was a banner that said Mike's apartment. It got really weird at one point.
It got a little...
but either way.
But I'd be lying if I said I didn't turn my eyes. I watched the whole thing.
I usually save it till mid-scene.
But that's awesome. Congratulations, gentlemen. You guys are like part of the family, and now I feel like we're going to lose you guys.
I know. It's this disastrous breakup. Jeff takes these people in.
Yes.
And from start to finishes, molds them in the world of sound engineering, if I have that correct, if I say it that way. And boys, you got a mic on there. Why don't you just give us a little bit of your experience and, the 14 weeks that you spent here, a little bit of what you learned, what you're taking away, and let the roster know.
Yeah.
Yeah, taking a lot away, honestly. Came in knowing not too much at all, to be honest. And now I have an idea kind of where I want to go. Before it was just kind of going with the flow. So now, I have a direction, which is nice and is very needed.
That's awesome. That's Caleb, by the way, everybody.
Yeah, thank you, Caleb. Derrick, how about yourself? I know you wanted to say a little bit as well.
Yeah, mine's going to be a little bit longer, but...
okay, well, anyways, thanks, Derrick.
No, it's been a blast for the last 14 weeks. I can't believe it. I still actually kind of a little bit shaken, but I do have a few things I want to say to you guys, to my brothers here in the studio. I actually took 2 hours to write this for some reason. All right, so Mitch and Dimitri, thank you for making my time here memorable and filled with laughter, guys. It's been a very quick 4 months of setting up for your broadcast. I'm always looking forward to it, and I'll continue to look forward to it. This is going to be my crappy version of a humor. I believe you two are actually a match made in heaven. The reason why I say that is because just the way how guys go at each other's throats and just bring out the heat makes the broadcast even more entertaining and fun to listen to. Going forward, I hope Real Locker Room would become massive, become big. Let's make it to, I don't know, like top 40s or something, but like equivalent to a talk show.
Let's make it to 500 listeners.
There we go. Let's make it to let's up.
Trying to jump the gun here, guys.
Yeah, let's say one step at a time.
So let's actually up that to 1,000. But anyways, to all those people that are listening, go spread the word about Real Talk Locker Room, guys. Do it.
Oh, I love it. Thank you very much.
And then,
those are great
just
words.
as
Oh,
my-
sorry. Yeah.
Just as my final kind of, I'm gonna butcher it, guys, but to my Aderfia, I hope that's.
Yeah, that's right.
I hope I said that right.
Good job,
Is it right?
Yeah, well done.
Don't stop being Dimitri and Mitch. And I have two more people I want to talk to specifically. Caleb, my brother, in arms. It's been a great journey working with you.
Thanks.
I hope you get to where you want to be in your music career. And if you love your hip hop, listen to this guy, man. Caleb Muhammad, man. Go do it.
Thank you.
And lastly, Jeff, this is kind of my thing for you. My first impression on you was this guy's rock as hell. Okay, for you guys, you're probably like, what the heck is that supposed to mean? So that's a term that me and my friend always use we love our rock music, and that's kind of a way to describe a person that's cool, kind of like a badass, the most rock star to the core, which is something that me and my friend fantasize and wish we can be. Jeff, thank you for your continued support and guidance along the way. And I'm proud and honored to be a student here at Alchemy. And to those who are wishing to get any music recording done and just plan to take a course, take the next level up for music, hit up Jeff at Alchemy Studios. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Derrick. Thanks, Caleb. You guys have been awesome, and they're now fully qualified engineers.
Well, that's awesome. Congratulations, Derrick and Caleb, and way to go, Jeff. That's another guy that Jeff put through the system and is going to go into the workforce. But more importantly, honestly, Jeff, with all due respect, I think you've done such a great job. These guys, every single time you bring somebody in, we feel very at home with them, and they're fantastic and excellent job, guys. And I can't believe 14 weeks. You said
It's
wow,
unbelievable
that's
how
crazy.
fast the time goes by. And for everyone listening, that either whether you want it yourselves or someone who either wants to get into sound engineering or recording, whatever the case may be, look, you got to come to Jeff, because Jeff has industry experience for many years and the whole aggregate look of this business. And I mean, like we say here, time and time again, we came with Zach on the first time. Now we got Derrick and Caleb, bringing these people in, actually accredited and government certified when they're leaving. This isn't, oh, hey, come, I'll show you a couple things on a soundboard or whatever the case is. So how do you get there? How do you inquire? You can give a call, 403-689-1565, or go to albertarecording.com. Again, it's the Alberta Academy of Recording. When we say Alchemy Studios, that is the studio here, but Alberta Academy of Recording, hit Jeff up, or anyone that that aspires to be in this business. He's taking these people and turning them into stars with the knowledge they're getting. So keep it up, guys. We look forward. Thank you for the kind words. And Jeff, next batch now. Now what we got, right? What we got?
Exactly. We get referral fees, so make sure you call us first. And then we'll
call
get you guys
us
in.
first. Then we'll bring them over there. Good job, guys. I love
That's
it.
awesome. What's on the itinerary today, Dimitri?
Oh, well, look, Mitch, there's no question that we're going to talk about the World Cup.
Oh, obviously, World Cup. And then a little NHL drama. A lot of drama. They win the cup last week, and then all this stuff comes up.
Like, let it go. The season's over. What do we need this for? It's
I gotta
crazy.
admit, I'm addicted to it, though. This is some crazy drama. This is like better than TMZ.
You love it, hey? You love it. That's unbelievable.
I do.
We got the CFL.
I'm sorry, what?
Excuse me. The Canadian Football League.
Oh, right.
We got a league now.
Well, you know what? We're men of our words. We
are.
told Dr. Ryan Todd we would talk about it.
We did, and we also guaranteed him a full hour episode down the road when he's back on again.
When he's back on again.
We're serious.
Exactly.
Okay?
Serious.
Absolutely. Mitch, are we doing Maga versus Malaka today?
Absolutely.
You got
we're
something?
doing it. Absolutely. We got a little World Cup edition.
That is amazing.
But before all that,
But look, we talk a big game. I get excited for the show, but we can't do anything on this show. And I mean, we obviously know why. Because Jeff, cue the music. Because we got to bring you the Macro Mind Media metrics of the week. Macro Mind Media metrics of the week. MacroMindMedia.com. They're doing great things. They're going to take a couple people that do a podcast. They'll take anyone and turn them into a big global phenomenon like they do. Check out our website, reallockerroomtalk.com. That's a portfolio that they made, okay? And I can't say enough things. Macro Mind Media, they get the metrics of the week because here's a big metric for you.
Sure.
If I were to tell you that it makes me so happy, and same with yourself, Mitch, that last week,
yeah.
our episode 36 was the highest downloaded episode to date week to week. This is unbelievable.
Absolutely. It was a heart-wrenched one. I'm not going to lie to you. It was a very difficult one. But thanks to the RLRT group banding together, pushing it across the board.
Yeah.
And with that being said, yeah, it was the number one downloaded. But it was also one that I felt like I think Jimmy would have been super proud of it. I think he would have really enjoyed it.
We hit over 100 downloads
Yeah.
within a week, which is excellent. For actually, I think it was in the first 2 hours we were already at 40. It was absolutely incredible. I'm glad that out of any episode that was going to have these kind of metrics, it was that one. You know,
Absolutely.
we did a favor. And you know, the great thing too, Mitch, is we deliberated for a bit. When everything first happened, we said, are we going to do an episode? And we came to the decision. We said, yes, absolutely we are.
Yeah.
Because we want to do this for Jimmy. And we got other couple things that we're going to be doing for you know.
I'm just
for
proud of
Jimmy
you
here
that
and
you
there.
finally admitted it was a catch. I'm proud of you. I told you right after the podcast, I was like, you know what? It took a big man for you to admit that. Big man. He's up there smiling
He's
down
smiling
at you right now.
Jimmy's looking at
He's
me. He's like,
probably
I
mad at
told
you
you it was
a
a
little
catch, you Malaka. I told you.
That's amazing.
But you know what? We also are getting metrics from AgapeGreekRadio.com.
Yeah,
we
that's
can't
right.
forget about that. Streaming live. Well, not live, but streaming Mountain Time Monday to Friday at 9 p.m. On the weekends, you're going to catch Real Locker Room Talk at 2 p.m. It's fantastic. Wait till September when you get to the website. Got a big overhaul. Like I said, our beautiful faces are going to be right on there.
You make me feel so good inside.
I swear to God, I thought that was Jeff at first.
We should.
I was like, whoa,
He's so angelic.
He's so. That is the most beautiful voice I've ever heard in my life.
That's amazing. Mitch, let's get jumping into this
Okay,
podcast.
let's do this. Here we go. World Cup. We're starting with the world. We're starting with where everybody
This isn't the regional cup.
No, this isn't the regional cup. This isn't the international cup.
No.
This is the World Cup.
The whole world's involved.
The first week of World Cup is over. The first set of games is over. The second set of games are now in progress.
Yes.
And you know what? I have to admit something. I got to be honest. I am super surprised of the games and how they've gone. You know, a couple weeks ago, we were giving a hard time to Chris and some other people that were here. Italy's not in it. Netherlands not in it.
That's
USA's not in it. Chile. And I'm like, this is going to be the worst World Cup of all time. Man, am I biting my tongue because some excellent games and teams that you didn't think were going to do very well have been showing up and playing up to par. What have you thought? What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing. There are more, call it upsets, if you will, than I feel ever before, especially in the first set of games in this first round. But I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm not leaving disappointed. And it just goes to show you, it reaffirms when people were arguing, why did Italy not make it? Why did the Netherlands not make it? Why is Chile and these teams, why are they not making it? It's not going to be the same World Cup. It's stupid. I'll tell you why. Because these teams are getting better and you can't take anything for granted. It just shows to me that those teams are not up to the snuff. And I'll tell you what, had they been it,
Yeah.
they still might be very disappointed with an early exodus.
Absolutely. Like, let's talk about some of these games so far. Senegal today beats Poland.
Boom.
Argentina ties.
I saw the Senegal. Well, not saw it, but I saw a bit of it. Senegal didn't just beat Poland; they destroyed Poland. They
really?
looked amazingly better than Poland. And again, this was that kind of group of death that we talked about.
Yeah, exactly.
So
You got Argentina tying their game. No one saw that coming. Brazil, tie game. Germany loses. I mean, I'm telling you right now, nobody saw this coming. This is the changing of the guard, everybody. This really is real. The World Cup is for real. These teams that made it legitimately deserve to be there.
yeah, absolutely. And it's funny because when you saw the teams like Germany and Argentina and Brazil, the powerhouses really leaving, and when the game was done, and the look of disappointment, defeat, they were absolutely dejected.
Yeah.
And again, I wonder if it was, did they just approach it and say, okay, well, we'll win this game and this game. We should probably just worry about that. And then you get stuck because going back to that Germany game, yeah, you know what? Mexico scores early enough. And it wasn't until it seemed like Germany just started putting the pressure on in the last, call it 20 minutes of the game, saying, oh, we better do something now.
Well, soccer's one of those games, if I've learned anything, it's you really gotta your game plan has to be perfect from top to bottom. Like if you are late in the game, so for example, the South Korea game yesterday, those poor guys, that goalie, I've never seen a soccer goalie take on so many shots in my entire life.
I know.
This guy looked like...
it makes Lisa Ann look like an amateur.
It was unbelievable.
That's a lot of shots.
It was a lot of shots, man. And that dude was like, where is my team? And then finally at the end, South Korea's like, oh, I guess we better make our charge. And they do. But it was way too late at that end of the game.
Yeah,
it was
that's
just crazy.
right.
It seemed like literally the ball was on the one half the entire time. Now, the one thing I want to talk about, and what I don't seem to understand, is the instant replay. So far, they just incorporated this rule recently in all sort of in all soccer, in all footy, whatever you want to call it.
Sure.
But now, for the first time in World Cup, they have the instant replay, and they've already had 9 penalty kicks. Where 4 years ago there was 15 penalty kicks for the entire World Cup. They've got 9 already in the first round just finished. And so I guess what I'm saying is I hate it. I absolutely hate the instant replay in soccer. It is the worst idea. Take it off, get rid of it, burn it, never bring it back again. It is slowing down the game.
Sorry,
which already,
how do you feel about it?
I don't like
Are
it.
you
I am
for
not
it?
a fan of it. I am not a fan. No, I just don't like it. I think it's horrible. I gotta be honest. Kills the progress of the game.
I disagree. I absolutely disagree. I love it. And people are, yes, I do, Mitch. I do.
got to be joking.
No, I don't. It's the correction of the game. Okay, timeout. People have been asking for this for years, saying soccer is bullshit. It's fixed. That's a penalty. I can't believe he missed that. That cost the game. Finally, they come up with the instant replay where referees can actually make corrections. The fans get what they want. The league gets what they want. And now we're crapping on it, saying, oh, this is the dumbest thing in the whole world.
And I'll tell you why.
Right.
I don't like it in any of the sports. I'll be quite honest with you. The minute the instant replay came in any sport, you know what happened? The reaction of the crowd, the fun of it, all died. Because now you got to sit there as a fan and wonder, did I score that goal? Oh, was he offside? Oh, my toe was on the blue. Like, you know what? Human error is part of sports. It's what makes it
I'll give you that.
fun.
I'll give you that.
Let's go back to the Maradona goal years and years ago where it was legitimately a handball. Let's call it what it was.
No question.
But at the end of the day, it was what it was. It's part of the game. It's what makes it controversial. It's what makes it fun. It's why we're still talking about it 30 years later.
Well, if they do rescind this instant replay technology, I hope the conversation's done and I never want to hear it again. On one point, I do agree with you. The human error is part of sports. They're fast games. You have referees that have to make decision making. You know, I always said, in my opinion, the best way to combat the instant replay and that was to adopt what the NFL is doing in terms of the coach's challenge. Every team has only one challenge. If they get the challenge wrong, they lose a substitution.
Okay.
Right? So instead of the replay, the coach can throw a challenge flag down. They get one replay, as you call it, dictated by the coach. If you're wrong, you lose a sub. If you're right, that's it. There goes the one. I don't know. I see
I
what
like
you're
your
saying.
idea. I see where you're going with it, and I like your idea. But you know what, man? I just don't want it. At the end of the day, just let human error play itself out. Just have some.
But I agree.
Let
but
the
Mitch,
game be
people were
played,
bitching.
man.
People were bitching too much.
You know why? It's because they weren't getting their way. It's the people that were bitching were the ones that lost that game or whatever the case may be. It is what it is. You know what worries me? In a few years, mark my words, baseball is going to have umpires or computers dictating strike and ball. And you know what? At the end of the day, that's not right either. It is what it is. What's more fun? You tell me what's more fun, watching a manager coming out and going at it with an umpire. Nothing beats it. Nothing will ever beat it.
You're right about that.
It's the greatest thing of all time. And the same thing in soccer. I don't like to see, let's say, gross errors. When it's blatantly obvious, I can see your point, but it's just part of the game, man, and I miss it already.
Mm-hmm.
I already miss it, and it's been 1 week of soccer, dude.
Well, I know people are complaining about a lot of the penalty kicks that are happening as a result of even these replays. I do understand that, but it's the autocorrection. You know what? Don't complain about it because you all ask for it,
Yeah, it's
and
true.
here it is. So if they are going to take it away, Mitch, then I hope then we're done with this discussion. Because as much as I like it, I see what you're saying.
I agree.
And the other thing to quickly add to that, have you noticed that the extra time has gotten more and more and more? Like the second half, it seems like there's always 5 minutes. Are they just pumping extra time this World Cup to play more soccer?
It's all about the ratings, my
I've never
friend.
seen that before.
It's all about the ratings. Absolutely.
When you got 5 minutes extra time, it was usually someone was injured and down for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was one,
It's
two.
getting to the point where the referees, I think, are just so worried that they're not giving enough time or they're not counting every little thing, that they're counting everything and beyond.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
could
saying?
be.
It's just their fingers holding down the stopwatch just a little longer to make sure that they're accounting for everything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's going to come back and bite everyone. I'm telling you right now. This is not the way soccer was meant to be played. I'm not the biggest advocate of soccer, and anyone is. Today on the discussion board, I saw a couple of our guys going at it. I loved it. Keep going, Paul. Keep going at it, Sarando.
Yeah,
At the end of the day,
absolutely.
soccer's an
Brad,
acquired
same
taste.
thing.
Yeah, Brad, same.
Yep.
It's an acquired taste, but you know what? When you start tweaking with it too much, I see Sarando's point of view. I see Paul's point of
Actually,
view.
Saranda had some really good
Sure he
points
did.
about improving the game of soccer. One that really stood out to me was he said that if you implement the NBA rule where you can't go back past half once you're in the attacking zone, that'd be really cool.
You know what?
It would increase forward pressure and
see what you're saying.
turnovers in the zone really for
You
counter.
know what? It could be just a new game of soccer that they
Sure.
could do, kind of like indoor soccer and stuff, right?
Maybe
Like,
Vince McMahon does the
like the X.
XLS.
That's a great idea. You know what else I
Extreme
found
League Soccer.
absolutely amazing is I was watching the Croatia and I believe they were playing Nigeria. And I was beyond surprised and excited for soccer where they now are allowing transgenders. I think it's great that they have a woman on the team in Croatia playing. I think it's fantastic.
What are you talking about?
On Croatia's team,
Yeah.
number 21, I specifically watched the game.
Mitch, no way.
And number
That's not a
21
woman.
is a woman.
That's not a woman, Mitch. That's a man.
No.
I think.
I'm telling you right now.
You know
I
what?
was watching the game.
The guy with the shaved head.
Yeah, and he has the man bun thing.
Oh, maybe.
His name is, or her name is, Domagiog Vida. And I specifically...
you got me stumped, Mitch.
I got you stumped?
You got me. Now I'm wondering.
Well, you know what? I got a good buddy that's Croatian. You have a good buddy that's Croatian. I think it's time for our new segment, Troll Call.
Troll call.
Troll call. Troll call. Troll call.
Troll call. That's right. We're introducing a new segment right now. Mitch and I like the cold call, but we also like the troll call.
So we're going to ask Tom. He's an avid Croatian fan.
Are you on speaker?
Yeah.
Oh, you got it, hey?
Do you have it there?
Are you going to ask him?
I'll ask him.
Okay, you ask him.
We'll just leave him a message, worst case.
Yeah, if he doesn't pick up.
Yeah. How many rings does he let it go?
Yeah, come on. At least he's not purposely ignoring it.
You have reached the voicemail box of
Tommy.
Hey, Tommy, you're on the Real Locker Room Talk with Mitch and Dimitri here.
Hi, Tommy.
We're just giving you a quick call because we are kind of curious about number 21 on the Croatian team, Domago Vida. We're kind of curious and kind of proud of the Croatian team for having the first ever transgender player that I think is transgender.
Big
Dimitri
move.
is saying it's not, but I'm pretty sure I'm right on this one. If you can, give us a call back. We're on the show for another half an hour, 40 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah,
And,
just let us
we'd love to
we want
discuss it. But
clarity.
if we don't get a chance to talk to you, hope you're well and congrats again on your team doing that. That's great. And big win, 2-1. That's big.
Huge win. Good
So,
positioning.
Great talking to you. Talk
Thanks,
to you soon.
Tommy. Talk
Bye-bye.
to you soon, buddy.
Bye.
So
we'll figure that out. We'll get back to you guys
You know,
on
that brings me up to another point.
Sure.
Speaking of, the Germany-Mexico game
Yeah.
perplexed me.
Okay.
Germany usually comes in and just scores a bunch of goals.
Okay.
And I don't know what happened. And I've been trying to search for the answer. How did Mexico win?
Yeah.
But maybe you're onto something, Mitch. And
Right.
maybe I have a German friend.
Oh, okay.
And he cheers for Germany. He's a German.
an avid German
He
fan.
cheers for Germany and
And
everything.
you being Greek and him German, you guys are still cool?
Well, I borrow money from him a lot.
perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. And
not paying him back,
I'm going
are
to
you?
give no, never. Come on. I'm going to give him a call.
Yeah, call.
And see maybe if he has an
So
explanation.
are we doing troca?
Okay, here we go. It's Evan. Phoning Evan. I'll leave a message if he doesn't pick up. It's a good point, Jeff.
These guys don't eat, don't worry.
Mitch,
Bergs, what's happening?
babes, what's going down?
Well, you're live on the air, Mr. Evan Berger, on Real Locker Room Talk with Dimitri and my partner, Mitch.
What's up, Evan?
Oh, all right.
Well, Evan, we're just discussing a little World Cup soccer. And, you're a German and you cheer for Germany, and we couldn't understand what happened in the game. And my question, Evan, is Trump was able to build a wall against the Mexicans. Germany was not. Can you elaborate on that?
Where do I start? It just seems, Trump, I don't know, maybe he is a dictator. Maybe he is, a slick mustache in disguise. He is Adolf Hitler. I don't know.
Well, Evan, more importantly, what does this mean for the bratwurst sausage now?
I'll be honest with you, Dimitri. At this point, I'm a little frightened. I mean, that was sort of a catch us off our heels, maybe our toes, however that saying goes. But hopefully we can just fight back, and there's a little bit of a future ahead of us here.
Well, Berg, we just needed answers, and I'm glad I came to you because this has been great. Is there anything you want to tell the locker room roster now that you're live? I mean, not really live because we record, but
it's true.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Great show. Love what you guys are doing. Excited you gave me a live call here right in the middle of what I'm doing. That's great.
Yeah, it sounds like you're doing something kind of, yeah. What are you doing there, Evan?
Yeah, what are you, Bergs? Are your pants on? Evan, are your pants on at this moment?
Oh, pants are on. They're actually coming off because I got to do some laundry.
That's good. So you got excited. That's
Okay,
good.
Bergie, I'll give you a shout after. Thank you for clarification on our official Team Germany correspondent, Evan
Thank you.
Berger.
Thank you. Deutsch.
I love
Thanks.
it, buddy. It sounds great. Real locker room talk. Love it, pal. Chat soon.
Dankeschön.
Ciao, bye.
Okay, ciao. Bye.
Was that Tommy that phoned you?
Yeah.
While I was on, should we phone him
Should I
back?
call
Let's
back?
phone
I'll
him
try
back.
it one more time.
Yeah, try
Let's see.
it one more time. If not, we got to move on then, Mitch.
Yeah, we got to go.
We
Like,
can't.
I can't just keep playing with Tommy.
Step your game up.
That's right, Tommy.
What is this guy's problem?
Hello?
Hey, buddy.
Whose problem?
Did you get my message?
No.
Oh, okay. You're on the call with Dimitri and Mitch on Real Locker Room Talk.
Hi, Tommy. How are you?
We wanted to call you because we're having a little bit of an argument. And first off, may I start with thanks for being a great fan and congratulations on the 2-1 win on Saturday.
2-0 win.
What's that?
2-0 win.
Oh, 2-0 win. Thank you so much. Quick question. Number 21, Domaj Vida, man or woman? Go. I'm convinced it's a woman. Like, I think it's awesome that you guys
I
have
thought it was a
transgender-
man. I thought it was a man, but now Mitch has got me wondering that as well because he does look a little feminine. He does.
I think he is a little feminine, yeah.
Okay, well, there he goes. Well, then congratulations on being progressive.
Yeah,
The Croatian
allowing
team,
the first transgender player in
I
the
think
world.
it's fantastic. This is great. This is great. I don't know what to say anymore. Like, I think this could change soccer, to be quite honest with you.
Tommy, are you ready for Croatia to allow more transgenders on their team?
I am. I'm ready for it.
Final part, if you didn't have to pick Croatia, Tom, because we know you're a big soccer fan, who do you got winning? Not Croatia. We'll say we already know.
After the first round, I would say Spain.
Spain, really? Even though they tied 3-3?
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Tommy.
Really?
Yeah, Ronaldo just had the game of his life.
Yeah, that's true. I like it.
They tightened up the defense in Spain. Spain showed a lot.
You know what? I hate to be a Ronaldo hater. It was a great performance, but you know what, Tommy? The guy got 2 gimme goals. Let's be honest. He got a penalty kick. The second goal should never have gone in.
He still finished them.
That's true.
That's true. Finishing is the most important.
It's all about finishing.
It's all about how you finish. It's all about how you finish. Beautiful. Tommy, you're a beauty. Thanks for answering. We appreciate it. And we'll talk soon. You know what? You're the new Croatian correspondent. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
If they make it to the next round, I'm calling you right away. Absolutely we can, buddy. I'm going to get you a T-shirt, too. All right, buddy. Bye-bye.
Well,
there,
that was
guys.
great. So he's
Tommy Mustapik, your man, the man, the myth, the legend.
Absolutely. Great. Thank you for the clarification, Tommy. We needed to know.
That's it.
And that was great.
I told you. Woman.
Yeah, let's go back to that Ronaldo thing. I'm serious about that. I thought, okay, the first goal, he worked for it. He got taken down in the box.
Yeah.
The second goal, the goalie let that in, man.
Buddy, listen, we saw it in that Liverpool and Real Madrid, right? Like, these goals can happen. The stage is huge, but that third goal, are you going to say anything about that?
Can't say anything about that.
Can't say anything about that.
Speaking of goal in the tournament, so far was from the Serbian team. That free kick.
Oh, yeah.
It was what a perfect shot. It was unbelievable.
Is this because you're still sleeping on the couch?
Yeah, I got laid that night.
Really?
Wow, come on,
Congrats.
man. I said, what? All the other Serbs are putting balls in the net.
I guess it had nothing to do with Father's Day, huh? Nothing to do with that. Sure. So from one winner to another, let's talk about the Stanley Cup champions in the NHL.
Absolutely. We thought we were done with the NHL.
I thought I was done for a good couple of months.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, the season carries on, especially in the playoffs. The NHL goes pretty hard, and then the playoffs last for a good month and a half. But, I mean, to be honest, this was one of the best playoffs I've seen in years.
Unbelievable.
However, what we want to talk about is what happened just today, actually. Barry Trotz, head coach of the Washington Capitals, the Stanley Cup Washington Capitals, resigned today, or basically said, I'm not coming back. This is the fourth coach in NHL history that won the Stanley Cup and then basically backed off and said, I'm not going to be with the team that I won the Stanley Cup with. So I did a little work. I wanted to check it out, see why. Why is he not coming
Mitch,
back?
You're always working.
Well, I'm always, I'm doing something, right? And what I saw was actually, I don't blame him. I got to be honest. Like, Barry Trotz is a big name in the NHL, a big man, a big coach. He does amazing things. He's got an amazing accolades. He's got the Stanley Cup ring to kind of as the finisher. This guy had a 4-year contract making $6 million. Okay? Mm-hmm. For all of us out there, we're like, hey, man, that's pretty good. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
You know?
But then he looks across the river and he sees into Detroit, or pardon me, to Toronto, and he says, my counterpart, Mr. Babcock over there, Mr. Canada Coach of the Year.
More like Mr. Super Rich Cock.
Yeah, no doubt. He's got an 8-year contract, $50 million.
Boom, well
so
done.
This was Barry Trotz's first year, or pardon me, this was his final year of his contract. And all year long, Brian McClellan and the boys over in Washington didn't really reach out and say, hey, do we want you back? He didn't feel the love. So he said, thanks for everything. I'm out of here. Did Barry Trotz kind of jump away? Did he do the right thing, or is he?
Yeah, I think he did do the right thing, Mitch, because look, he's a Stanley Cup winner now. So personally, he achieved his goal. And at that point, finding a great coach in the NHL is very hard to come by. It really is, especially when he is the 5th of all time most winning coach in the NHL. And I'm surprised that the Washington Capitals did not give him even just a small extension. Give him something. This guy has taken this team to the playoffs year after year after year. He's taken Nashville to the playoffs. The guy understands the game of hockey. He's an excellent coach, and he did do the right thing because he can go anywhere he wants now, okay? It's over for him. He won the cup. He doesn't need to beg the organization anymore because they do have talent around them, and it's attractive for a coach to want to coach Washington. But good for him. Hey, you don't want me? I just did all this. I will go somewhere else.
And he's going to get paid.
He'll get paid.
I'm actually really surprised Washington didn't reach out to him because didn't Vegas kind of show you that coaching and a system is going to take you far?
Absolutely.
Like what else do you need to be shown so that you get a little love? Like Ovi is Ovi, guys. I love Ovi. Ovi's 33, 34. I'm not saying he's going to decline, but he's one guy. The rest of that team is, it's not like hugely talented. It's a good, strong, wholesome team. And with his backing and his system, won the Stanley Cup. Now you guys are telling him, yeah, we'll see how you do. I guarantee you they probably did come to him and say, hey, we'd love to extend you. And he's like, get lost. Get out of here.
A little bit.
I'll bet you they offered him something where they said, let's sit down and talk. And he's probably going, why? Why? I don't want to talk to you guys now. I've got what I wanted.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. You know what I mean? If he didn't win the Stanley Cup, chances are he probably would have, maybe he would have got fired, to be quite honest with you. But you never know.
For me, the only reason that they let him go in Nashville was only because he literally was there for so long. And I don't think the team and the organization really wanted to let Barry Trotz go, but they knew that they had to move on. There does come a point where, you know what, if we're going to shake it all up, let's shake it all up. And, Laviolette is a seasoned coach, and he took him to a final. But, other than that, you keep a guy like that. I'm sorry. Like Mike Babcock?
Yeah.
Of course they gave him 8 years and $50 million to sign. That guy you don't want him going anywhere else.
Absolutely.
Because he's not the problem. Trotz is not the problem. When Boudreau was in Washington, there's a bit of a problem there. His coaching style is not exactly, call it locker room favorite.
Sure.
But guys like this, no, man. Washington, I don't know how you didn't let him go. Because Mitch, you nailed it when you said if Vegas showed everyone something, you could have sacrificed a little bit of the payroll to give it to the coach, especially when the salary cap is actually going to be going up this season.
Exactly. The other little part of it is what I don't seem to understand is you got teams like our local Flames. They jumped the gun. They fired their coach. Rather than sitting around, they went and found a guy. Is this not like for some other teams that may have fired the coaches and rehired right away? Look at what was sitting there. Like sometimes I'm not really mad at anybody. It is what it is. But I'm just saying to myself, you gotta being a GM of a team. Wow, there's so many working parts. You got to be ready at all times.
And we don't even know the backroom politics that are happening. To that point, Mitch, if you're the Calgary Flames, for example, they hired a coach right away. They had to deal with what was given to them right then and there. I would still say try to make a play for him as well. Yeah. If he's available and you can get him, say to Peters, hey, man, sorry, but not sorry. Hashtag Demi Lovato. But hey, that guy is going to get... It's like if John Tavares were to ever really hit free agency, and someone's offering him a sweet, sweet, sweet deal. But did Barry Trotz pull the George Costanza? Is he the Costanza of the league,
Oh,
Mitch?
100%
Just leave on a high note?
Leave on the high note, man.
I'm out.
He's out.
That's it.
That's the way to do it, though.
Trotzy's getting upset.
I love it. You know what? And played well. I love it. This guy's going to get major coin, man. I love it. I love it. You know what? Quickly about the Tavares thing, we don't really have it on the agenda, but does he go?
And I'm leaning towards yes, he does go because the problem that Tavares is having is the same thing that a lot of superstars have on these stifle teams. They just don't bring anyone in to play with him. And it comes a point when, Mitch, you can deal with that for the first few years of your career, but you're getting older and you're seeing your peers. Stamkos is making finals. Crosby's winning cups. Ovi's winning cups. Kane, Taves, your peers are winning the cups and you're still struggling to get into an 8th spot of the playoffs and you have no help. The organization has been a disaster for years. The only way Tavares is going to stay is if they have deals worked out. They say, look, John, we want to get this player, this player, this player, this player. If that doesn't happen by July 1st, then will you let us at least deal you
Well
for
said.
the
Well said.
organization?
I want to see what kind of character this guy is. Is he a guy that's going to take the money, or is he the guy that's going to say, you know what, I want to win, and I'll get my money anyways? The money's coming. It's never the
money's gonna
It's
come.
going to come. Either
That's
way.
right.
Let's see what happens. I agree with you. I don't think the Islanders, though, as an organization, are going to attract too many flies. You know what I mean? I really don't.
No, and you know it's a shame, Mitch, because in sports you see this a lot. There are a lot of teams that actually organizationally don't give a shit about winning.
Right.
They care about jersey sales, ticket sales, they just want to run it as a business. They want their payroll expense here, and they want the profits to themselves and the shareholders over here, and they're okay with that. And it sucks because a franchise like New York, the Islanders, who came from a dynasty in the late 70s, 80s, it's a shame to the fans because they're always going to show up. They're always going to be around. They're always going to rally behind the team. So Tavares, I don't know. I see him going. I think enough is enough. He knows how good he is.
Well,
it's a problem.
Not only is Tavares going, but he's going to have somebody follow with him. And I think him, Tavares, and my buddy Carlson in Ottawa, I think somehow are going to join forces this come July 1st. I
what
really
if
do.
Tavares goes to Ottawa?
And kind of me bringing it up and trying to jump into that next part of it. What is going on in Ottawa? What is literally going on in Ottawa?
Knock on our door. We'll be waiting for you.
It's so weird, man. So for those that don't know the story, or if you don't, you've been living under a rock, because this story has gotten crazy. You got a guy named Hoffman and his girl that are basically hardcore bullying, cyberbullying, trolling, call it what you want, Carlson and his wife. Carlson's wife got so fed up with it and so disgusted with it, she finally got local authorities involved and basically put a restraining order on these people. Since then, actually, as of this morning, Hoffman not only got traded from Ottawa to San Jose, but in a later trade, he got traded from San Jose down to Florida. So my question is this Hoffman guy's got a crazy girlfriend, okay?
Crazy.
You got Hoffman now in your dressing room, all right? And you hear through the rumblings. And the hockey community is a small community. Everyone's going to hear what's going on. They're going to get the real story, or they're going to get a story of some kind. Is Hoffman worth having on your organization? Like, I'm sorry, I know his girl might have been the real culprit here, but I gotta put a little bit on Hoffman here. I think not only did he, and this guy lost money. Let's call it. He was a good defenseman. He's a good player. He was supposed to get paid this year, and his girl is costing this guy rep and money.
It's unbelievable, Mitch. He is that good. He's an excellent player. I'm not sure what the reasoning was. Because this all happened so soon. So I'm wondering, why did San Jose end up trading him so quickly? Was there a worked out deal, whatever the case may be? But look, it is a shame. The guy was going to get paid. He is an incredible asset, and you know what should have happened?
No, what?
Ottawa should have traded Hoffman to San Jose,
Right.
and then traded his girlfriend to another NHL player.
That's a great play.
That's
that'd be
the way you
amazing.
got to do it. So find someone. Yeah, you gotta find someone who's single.
Yeah.
Right. And you say, look, we're going to trade Hoffman to San Jose, and then you go to, like, let's take Calgary, home guy. Go to Ken King. Be like, Ken King, we want to give you Hoffman's girlfriend for a conditional 6th rounder and $25,000 in cash. That's the way to do it, Mitch.
Isn't it crazy? Like, this young lady, whoever she is costing this guy. You know who she is? She's the she's the Kardashian of the NHL.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And she probably loves it. She's thinking TV deal.
Dude, you know how crazy you gotta be? Like, and for those that don't know, Carlson's wife recently, they lost a baby or something.
That's right.
And this girl has the
right.
audacity to go and do whatever she's doing. It's pretty gross what's going on here.
Oh.
I don't know, man. Like, this Hoffman guy, I don't know what to say. Either you don't know what's going on in your backyard, buddy, or you got some problems too. And I just think that this guy, he's going to be shunned, man. I think he's going to get shunned.
This is imagine the chirps that this guy's going to get on the ice, Mitch.
Forget about it. Right?
Oh man,
he leads the league in fighting next year, guaranteed.
Guaranteed he leads the league in fighting. But maybe is he the culprit?
Maybe.
Is he the guy where he's?
I don't
he
like
says
to
to his
think he
girlfriend
is,
and says, "Look, Carlson made fun of me in practice today. Get him, get him and his wife. Go. I don't know what to do."
Unreal. Well, shame on you guys. Bottom line. So Hoffman goes, but now let's go back to the Carlson thing. Carlson now gets rid of the guy. Ottawa's like, see, look, we got rid of him. First off, either Ottawa's that dumb because it seemed like everyone knew about it.
Yeah.
And either the Ottawa management knew about it and didn't do anything until it was way last resort, or B, now they're like, oh, look, we got rid of him for you. You got to stick around. I say Carlson's like, you know what? You guys are losers. I'm out of here. Ottawa literally has gone from a team that had some, good players, decent talent, this, that, the other, to dumpster fire.
Easter Conference Final against the Penguins 2 years ago. Don't make the playoffs this year. I mean, you just brought in Duchesne. Yeah, maybe he didn't pan out as well as we thought he would, but Duchesne's going to be Duchesne. It's just a matter of time. But now this team's got a lot of dressing room problems. So Phaneuf is gone now. Hoffman is gone now. Mitch, I think I'm leaning towards you being right that Carlson is going to start looking at it. I mean,
hell yes.
Ottawa. Oh, and I can't believe we even forgot this one. What about Melnyk, the owner of the Senators, and the whole debacle and everything that's going on in there? And
Absolutely.
They don't even want to stay and play with this guy. So Carlson will get paid anywhere he wants, but he also does strike me as a cup winning, like aspirations to win a cup kind of guy. He's not a money guy anymore, right? So, you got guys like Lidstrom that have shown both Swedish players and a pedigree of winning and a model defenseman.
You took my front runner. I think Detroit Red Wings, mark my words right now, get Tavares and Carlson.
Oof.
Yeah,
that would get.
I'm calling it, ladies and gentlemen.
That would get their. But what about what if they go to Vegas?
Oh, sure.
They got a bit of room. They got draft picks that they can dish out up the wazoo.
Sure.
And personally, it would just be wicked.
It'd be kind of cool to watch.
Yeah.
If Vegas learned anything, where I was such a big advocate of, you don't need all the talent, you don't need the talent. You need some talent, guys. I'll say it. You need it. You need the talent.
You need a little bit.
If you get those two guys, Vegas, 2-time Stanley Cup appearances.
Woo!
Well, from there, we go to the CFL. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking Canadian Football League.
Oh, wow. What an exciting time.
Yeah.
What an exciting time. It starts a little earlier than the NFL. It finishes in November. They got a longer season. We got a little hype going around the Football League this year. I'm really trying, Mitch.
I know. Let me ask you this question. I'm going to be serious.
Yeah.
Even though you said it's about 2 months ahead of schedule, ahead of the NFL.
Right.
Do you feel like this is a little bit of a Band-Aid? Do you like it a little bit? Do you not feel like it covers a little bit of the pain or no? I guess not.
Yeah. I mean, but sorry, I guess what do you mean? But like that it starts early?
I guess it's just like
some football.
Well, let's call it is. NHL is over right now.
Oh,
we are
I see.
lucky.
Right.
We are very lucky that World Cup is on. This time next year, CFL is the only thing on right now.
Yeah, and isn't there that sport with the stick and the ball? Did
That's
that start
correct.
yet?
Our beloved Yankees, yes, as well. Yes, exactly.
Jimmy's Yankees are on a winning streak.
They are
doing
crushing right now.
fantastic. Yeah, absolutely.
But honestly, do you think that the CFL is at least holding its own? Is it keeping you interested? Anything?
I
Be honest.
I gotta be honest. I never put as much stock in the CFL as I did the NFL. No question about it.
Yeah.
It is a great game. It's an excellent game. It's not easy. We talk about it. These players that come up. Look, we're gonna watch Johnny Manziel. He's not gonna be a superstar. Hey, I came from college NFL to the CFL and I'm gonna dominate. It doesn't work like that. This is a very competitive league. Getting more competitive, actually.
Yeah.
I think this year, star power is a bit of a thing, and I think I do want to see that Johnny Manziel CFL buzz happening. So yeah, it's good. I joked around like this weekend was the first time in a long time that I actually watched most of a couple games happening this weekend in the CFL, which I really don't do. Usually I pay attention at about October.
Right, sure.
When they're at the end of the season and they go. But yeah, maybe it is a big, but it is for me. But when the NFL comes on, I really forget that the CFL is until the Grey Cup.
I'm gonna say this: the pulse of the CFL is a little faint right now, and I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about looking into the crowd at McMahon Stadium this weekend. I didn't see a packed house. I remember about 10 years ago.
Mitch.
Yeah, 10 years ago, first game of the season, McMahon Stadium is packed. Now you go to you go to Saskatchewan, jammed.
No question about it.
You go to Winnipeg, pretty jammed.
Yeah.
And then Montreal, lackadaisical. Toronto, they're not going to be anywhere. Even though they're the defending CFL champions, I'm worried about the CFL. I am, and a Johnny Manziel is definitely an injection of adrenaline. But until he plays, I don't know what to think of it. And more importantly, I think it's time the CFL takes it for serious. And I kind of do wish Dr. Ryan Todd was here right now, because my worry is more that the CFL has a good product. But it's up against a juggernaut in the NFL where it cannot compete marketing wise, and I think it's time
They closed themselves off.
They
Mitch.
really have to join forces. They gotta
Yes.
do something.
Me and you are on the same page. I know we've talked about it in the past. My opinion on the CFL is keep it as the CFL. Keep the teams Calgary, Hamilton, Winnipeg, BC. Keep all the teams like that. Adopt the NFL rules. I'm even okay with keeping the certain percentage of Canadian players on each team. I'm all for everything like that because I understand the other argument that if it's not for the Canadian Football League, how would Canadian players be able to play? I get all that too. My problem is make it a division of the NFL, a subdivision, just like hockey has the AHL.
Right.
Make it that way. Adopt the NFL rules. Bring the collegiates from the states that are coming out of NCAA, bring them into this one. Make it a filler league for the NFL and allow the opportunity for Canadians playing this game to make the big bucks.
Well, let me throw this at you. If you want to do the CFL, just like the AHL, like you say, right? Well, there's the ECHL in hockey, right? There's another league.
That's right, yeah.
Well, maybe the CFL is that equivalent, and maybe it's time for the NFL to do their own in-house North American
Well, that's
AHL,
what-
right?
that's what I think the
like.
XFL
Don't use the is that what
You know
you're
what?
thinking?
I
Okay.
bet you that's what the XFL is going to be
Maybe.
because I think Vince McMahon sees a gap and says, you know what? The CFL has closed itself off.
Right.
They are look. The CFL is not getting bigger. It'll go a little up and down on Canadian viewership, but they're not penetrating any sort of American market. No one in the States gives a shit. Okay, so there's that. Vince McMahon tried something that was so over the top because the brand of wrestling he was doing at the time, he thought he could do pop culture everywhere. Well, he's smarter now. Andrew, or who is it? Is it?
Andrew Luck's
Andrew
dad.
Luck's dad
Yeah, yeah.
is going to be the commissioner. It's going to be a little closer to traditional NFL football, and it is going to be a filler league, and that's where they're going, Mitch. And we talked about it. You brought this point up how the CFL will suffer when the XFL
Absolutely
shows
will.
up.
And that's why I worry because it's already. I'm seeing it already now. Now let me ask you this: did you see any teams that you liked? Give me your early prediction for Grey Cup champ.
I think the Calgary Stampeders have had the best team overall, pound for pound, for the last 3-4 years. They just can't finish. They should have won the Grey Cup, in my opinion. They lost it for themselves. I'm going to pick the Stampeders as my pick for the Grey Cup champions. Secondary team, a little bit of the dark horse, call it, is the Saskatchewan Roughriders. And I think they got Zach Collaros on quarterback. He's a seasoned guy. He gets what's going on. Saskatchewan's always missed that quarterback element to their game. So those are my top two.
I'm going to go. Actually, you took my pick. I want Saskatchewan. I don't know why. I just feel like you're right. Zach Collaros, I think he had that off season a couple years ago. He was the MOP, as they call it there. And I think Zach might do a little something there. And my dark horse, I'll be honest, the dark horse is actually Hamilton. I think Hamilton, and I'm not talking about even, believe it or not, I'm not talking about Johnny Football. I think that Hamilton's got enough of an offense and a defense after watching them just week one that I think they could do a little
Well,
something.
they've been in the mix the last
Yeah.
few seasons as well.
Absolutely.
It's not a team that's coming in last place. So.
Well, there it is. We have gone almost 1 hour.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's how much fun we have when we troll call people
What a
and trying to
great
figure
segment.
out great times. We got the boys up front and their accolades of being, graduating. I'm so proud of them and everything.
But what's missing, Mitch?
But
What-
we're
what
missing
do-
one thing.
what is it?
Wait a minute. It's Maga or Malaka. And,
yes, the
and this
segment
week,
of segments.
the segment of segments, we're doing Maga Malaka, but we're doing World Cup edition.
Well, we have to.
We got it.
What do you
no
got for me
choice.
this
Here
week?
we go.
What do you got for me this week,
Maga or Malaka, man buns. We start right off top,
Mitch?
right away.
Malaka.
Malaka?
Yeah, Jeff beat me to the punch.
You know,
he doesn't even want to hear my answer. He knows it's a Malaka move.
Now, these are things that I've noticed in the first week of watching some World Cup and kind of catching up with soccer as much as I love it. Sleeve tattoos. I've noticed a lot of these soccer guys are tatted up like crazy.
Yeah, look, I actually like the sleeve tattoo, but I'm going to go with Malaka just because it's too much now. It seems like everyone's doing it to do it.
Agreed. I got to go with you too.
Get some meaningful
It's almost like
art.
the guy that's just not tatted up is like the the difference guy. Like
Well, you know how I look at it, Mitch? The sleeve tattoos are becoming so. look at that horseshoe.
he had some great. Did you see that? Did you see that?
Jeff's got some muscles there. The sleeve tattoo has become the tramp stamp or dolphin over the belly button of 2018.
It's really
everyone's got one.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
everyone. Celebration of goals. Maga or Malaka?
Big time Maga.
You know what? I agree. I like it when they celebrate, but I am not seeing any sort of new celebrations. I'm
Copy
seeing
the NFL little.
You know what I'm noticing? Guys running to the corners, staring up in the crowd, and that's it. Where a couple of years ago, guys had pictures of their babies.
Yeah.
Like, where you got the world watching you guys? Take advantage.
You know what? Maybe reenact the Gettysburg Address. I don't know.
Do something. Managers that look like librarians.
Oh,
I'm noticing a lot of guys are scoring
Malaka.
the sweater vest.
Malaka, don't like it. When I think of a soccer manager, I want him in a nice, tight fitted European suit.
Sure.
I want the skinny tie,
Yeah.
but the top button's undone.
Absolutely.
He just finished playing 6-7 years ago. Basically, give me Germany's guy, carbon copy him.
Boom.
Yakun Love, just send it over.
Do I dare say that I want the baseball analogy of soccer? I want them in their shorts and their jerseys walking around.
Okay, you know what? I stand for
I'm a
it.
big guy
Maga.
on why is it that baseball allows those guys to be dressed up? Why can't every sport like be like
Yeah,
that?
you're right.
I know we've talked about it a few times, but I'm a big advocate of
No,
it. I want to see it.
you've changed my mind about it.
Why? Basketball coaches.
Exactly. Exactly. Instant replays. I think we all know where I stand on this.
You're on Maga, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
right.
sure.
Okay, Malaka for you, Maga for me. Got it. Next.
What about the little kids that come walking out with the players before the games? Maga or Malaka?
Maga. What a nice touch.
But why?
Why not?
Why do these kids get to come?
You know what? I'm going to change my mind. It is a Malaka move. They should be fighting in the dressing room before they come out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, kids, get lost.
And you know what I've noticed? A lot of these kids are coming out and I've noticed they get a little jealous if, like, let's say one kid's holding Ronaldo's hand and he's holding some other no-name guy.
Oh, the kid
and then the kids are
politics.
getting all kid politics.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
huge. You know what they should do? They should actually have the kids playing at halftime.
But there you
11
go.
versus
There
11.
you go. Done.
You know, with betting odds.
With betting. Oh, standard. You can't.
You got to do it. You got to do it.
By the way, my bookie loves me this weekend.
Why is your phone ringing?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, is that
Seriously.
your bookie's name? No,
Okay,
Jeff
you know,
Mueller, no.
I'm gonna give it away here. Yellow cards. I think it's awesome that soccer does. I have to admit, I'm a big fan of these
I'm a
things.
Maga. Yeah, it's a caution.
The caution.
love it.
But why 2 yellow cards before you get? So if you get your second yellow, then it's an automatic red. Is that right?
Because 2 wrongs don't make a right, Mitch.
Isn't that
it
the
makes
truth?
a big wrong.
God, could you imagine we do that in relationships where your wife or your girlfriend comes out, gives you 1 yellow card?
Yeah, if you get the
And then
red card, you're
yeah.
suspended that day,
Yeah.
and you have to live somewhere else for the next day.
That's right.
Step your game up.
That'd be amazing. So to all the ladies out there, I think you start implementing. You want your man's attention? Start implementing the yellow and red cards in your relationship.
There we go. Beautiful.
Done.
I get, that way it'll eliminate playing with the blue balls.
It is not the truth. Now here's a big one for you. What about the goalie? Okay, we'll go with the first one. Goalie nets. The nets in soccer. Maga or Malaka?
I'm gonna go with Maga.
Maga?
Yeah,
You like
I'm gonna
him
go
being
with
as big
Maga,
as like
yeah.
the side of a barn?
Well, Maga or Malaga, people that miss the net.
Isn't that the truth?
Like, come
Okay,
on.
now my next one is the goalie crease. Fine, you want the net that big. What's with the goalie crease? It's like a whole continent in front of them that they can jump on the ball at any time they want.
Absolutely. That's Malaka. Shorten it up.
Shorten it up.
Okay? Shorten
In
it
hockey,
up.
if your skates in the crease, the goal doesn't count. And in soccer, they get like an entire country
That's
to
a
like.
lot of crease.
That is a lot of crease.
You know what? The Dallas Stars would have never won the Stanley Cup if they had that kind of crease.
Yeah, I'd like to comment on that. I'd like to throw in my 2 cents. Soccer, what are the scores? 1, 2 goals a game?
Sure.
Like, look at hockey. The net's a quarter of the size.
Exactly.
Enough
Yes.
said.
Enough said. Enough said. Exactly. Okay, here's one for you. Players' names. Here we go.
Okay.
You know how badly I suck at names too.
No,
Watch
really,
this.
that's so weird. Usually good with words and
On
names.
Senegal, there's a gentleman named N. Diwayi.
Oh, I like that name, Maga.
Maga?
Yep.
Maga. Poland. Pizeszczyk.
Malaka.
Yeah.
Not enough vowels.
There's literally there's two vowels, an I and an E in that.
Pat Sajak would have problems with this.
That is a tough one. And in Iceland, and by the way, I went through all the teams to look for names. Iceland, whoever is commentating the Iceland games deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. The names on this team are crazy because they got the hyphens and all this different
and we thought we had a raw deal with Greek names.
Halfrenson, but it's got the little X on goose on there.
You know what? No, that's Malaka.
That's Malaka.
Stop stealing names from the Swedes.
All right.
That's a Swedish name.
Two more
What's
for
it doing
you.
in Iceland?
Two more for you. What about the crazy haircuts that you're seeing in the World Cup? I see a lot of crazy haircuts.
Malaka. You know what? I want to see a little more class, not as much pizzazz.
Not as much for that.
Yeah.
Final one. How much do you miss Cameroon?
Oh, Cameroon, I'm Maga. I want to see more,
Maga.
I want to see more 1-0 leads against superpowers, and then have them play in their own end.
You know what I want to see?
I
I want to see Cameroon back in the World Cup, scoring goals, and then dancing with the side, side, dancing with the pole on the side.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
absolutely, great call.
Greatest dance move / goal celebration of all time.
That's right,
Cameroon.
So good.
Oh yeah.
Well, there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, podcast 37 was everywhere. It was everywhere today.
It was up, it was down, it was left, it was right. We got graduating classes.
We got troll calls.
Transgenders playing for Team Croatia. I mean, what else do we got? You know, the bratwurst could be coming to an end, Mitch.
Who knows?
What does this mean?
You know what it means? It means tune in next week to find out.
Because next week is going to be episode 38. It's going to be a little more World Cup going on, and it's going to be fan-freaking-tastic. And next week, we're going to give you a few more updates of what's going on in the locker room. We got some buzz going on with the poker tournament. We're getting a little closer to finalizing a date. We got another thing planned for the springtime. Mitch. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking
I got what
about.
you're saying.
Until then, you got to follow us on our channels, reallockerroomtalk.com, at Mitch and Dimitri, Agape Greek Radio, macromindmedia.com, and we can't forget Alchemy Studios, best studio in town. Congratulations, Jeff, Caleb, Derrick, on your 14-week graduation.
Well done, gentlemen.
These guys are coming out. They're going to be doing their podcast. Again, 403-689-1565. AlbertaRecording.com. You can get a hold, if you yourself or you know anyone that wants to get in touch with the guys here and come through the accredited program. You're not going to get it any better around town, okay? Until then, Mitch.
Time to hit the showers.
Time to hit the showers.